Hi everybody! Welcome to tarot lesson number 4. Tonight we are using the Rider Waite deck like always, and we are going to be doing 8, 9, and 10. So get out your decks and get ready for another lesson. I wanted to begin tonight by telling you a story because the number 8 is the number of material success, and it's the number of kind of justice and just change, moving forward, kind of being the change and all of those things. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about how tarot has changed my life. Tonight, for example, I did tarot party as well as a last minute tarot reading for a client at 9:30 p.m., which I normally would never do on a Thursday night. I was a little bit outside of character, and I ended up just having this evening full of magic. I got to spend the night meeting people, hearing stories, learning about their experiences, being reminded that we're all human and that we're all in this together and that we're all kind of equally messed up. It's just getting to read the cards is amazing. It really changes you. It helps you cope with your own life in many ways. It's like you're helping them, they're helping you. It's a wonderful exchange of spirit. And I really, really hope and wish that you get to experience that. I really hope that whatever happens, you continue on your tarot journey, regardless of what life throws at you, because I promise you, it is so worth it. It's so worth it getting to read for the public or getting to read for people. So please, please don't be afraid to start getting out of your shell and beginning to test what you've learned on other people at this point. I know we're only up to number 8, and I know that we're only up to 8 in the Minor Arcana, but I hope that you've been playing with your cards. I hope that you've been looking at them, and just get a friend or a relative or someone that you, or a friend on the internet, and just do a little 3-card reading for them. That's my challenge to you. I want you to flex your intuition a little bit. I want you to start using this. Start using it now. So when you're done, you can start your tarot journey ASAP. Okay. Enough about me, enough about my life, but my point of that whole story, I guess, is that 8, being the number that it is, that's an example in my life where it's like a material thing in the sense of these are physical material objects, but they're bringing me success, and they're bringing me happiness and giving me some purpose, some personal justice, and that can happen for you too. So really live the cards, live the numbers. That's a story from my life, kind of relating to 8. I hope. Oh God. Thank you for hanging in there with me, guys, because I don't know. Let's get started. The 8 of Wands. How does this card make you feel? How do you feel about the movement on this card? Because obviously, like, I look at it like they're flying through the air. So consider air travel. Consider moving at a fast pace. Fast changes. I interpret this as an air travel card because that's what I was taught, and I like that interpretation. I see people on airplanes. I see people flying through the air towards some dream destination. It's always cliche when you're the tarot reader and you're like, oh, you're gonna travel, you're gonna go somewhere far away. But sometimes the cards really mean those cliche things, and this is one of those cards to me. I also can see it as maybe having to make some quick decisions, having to really kind of just think on the fly, I guess, making quick decisions that could bring you success. What do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think about 8? about this water here. So emotions. Water is like our emotions and our cups, right? They're flying over that. So are you going to make some big move? Are you moving out? Maybe you're going to leave your partner, or maybe you're going to like change your job for your emotional, like a last minute decision. Where does this one take you? What about this house or that mountain? Think about all those things. It's a weird card. The Eight of Swords. The Bondage card. Spicy. Not really. Not really spicy at all, actually. This card, to me, is definitely a card that it's like she's holding all her thoughts in. Like she's binding herself up. Swords are our minds, our thoughts, communication. She's all bound up. So she's holding all this in. She's like, doesn't know how to communicate and share what's on her mind. So this could be someone who has a lot of anxiety, or maybe this person has had their heart broken, or they don't trust easily, or they're like afraid to burden others with their problems. This card to me also can indicate someone who's like a counselor, or anyone that kind of works in the care industry, because people in care, they have to carry everyone else's, I say this a lot, everyone else's crosses, I really like that. Carrying someone's cross, whether you're Christian or not, like that's hardcore. Like you're carrying their cross. So you're carrying the crosses of all the people that you're caring for, but who's caring for you? Like who's taking care of you? Are you doing all this so you can have like success in a mountain, but like what about your well-being? What about your mental health? That's kind of what I think about with that card. And it's like, talk to people. Like, don't hold it all in. And we get this water again. Is it the same water that's going through all of these cards? Is this a mystery, like a clue to something? Like, this is so why tarot is so friggin' awesome. There's so many possibilities and outcomes. But anyways, what do you think about this card? Does it really give you a justice vibe or like a material success vibe? I get a little bit with the success because of the castle, but not really. I don't get justice from it. And I don't really get a whole lot of material success either. Seems so much more about your thoughts. But that's just me. I love this card. The Eight of Cups. We're back with crossing that water. So a lot of emotional stuff's going on. It's moving. At least it kind of looks like it's moving. So that to me, it's like there's changes happening emotionally. Like you're moving from one place to the other. Also, letting go of baggage. Like you're turning your back on the past a little bit. You're letting go of that past hurt. You're letting go of everything that's been holding you back. It's better to go a journey alone than to deal with all this baggage that was going on before. The moon. What do you think about the moon? Because it has a face. That's interesting too. Not all the moons in the tarot have faces. So what does that mean? Why does that one have a face? Does it represent the goddess? For any like goddess worshippers out there or pagans? To me, I do see this as a divine feminine. A female energy is looking out for you or is following you on this path. Could be a lost loved one, could be goddess, could be Mother Mary. I mean, the list goes on and on. It could even be like someone in your life that's kind of, you consider them to be a goddess type person, a strong feminine figure is looking out for you. I always see this as baggage. I always see this as a journey. You're getting away from it. Our next card is the Eight of Pentacles. So what do you think about when you see this card? I see it as someone who is working really hard. I see it as someone who's a bit of a perfectionist. They are really doing the hard work. They're really working on their craft. This is like an apprentice or someone who's learning, maybe someone who's just going to school or taking on some form of new path or career because they're working really hard. They're really putting their time in. And then I see through this hard work and putting this time in, climbing that financial ladder, making more money, using your skills and your talents to make more money, climbing that ladder. I've always seen it as that. Again, whatever it means to you, right? I'm trying to see, no, it's a path. I was wondering if that was the water again, but I don't think it is. You're always seeing new things with this. That's what makes it so fun. The castle, is this your goals? Are these like the walls like your goals? Like, is this where you want to be and you're working towards it? Because this card's kind of saying, keep doing what you're doing because you're getting closer and closer to success. Keep working really hard. All right, so now we're going to do 9. What does the number 9 make you think about? I find I relate it back to elementary school being the magic number. I also see it as the number of kind of the end of, you're almost at the end of the cycle. Like, it's like twilight. It's almost like the death card in a way for the Minor Arcana, only in the sense that it's like, what happens after 9? Where do we go from here? We're leaving the single digits. We're moving into the double digits. We're entering a new phase, a new cycle. So I can kind of see it almost as an endings number as well. I don't know, kind of a stretch, but I do get that vibe from it, especially from this card. So it's just almost like an end. There's an end coming. You're about to start something new. That's kind of the vibe that I get from 9. With the 9 of Wands, I see this as kind of holding on to the past, holding on to old pain, and almost letting it consume you like a fire. You're not healing, like you're not getting over it. You're not getting better. And I feel like it's because you won't let go of this past pain. You keep remembering bad things from the past, or you're holding on to grudges. My cousin once said that there's no point in holding all these grudges because you're just basically letting someone live in your head rent-free. It's pretty wise. Don't do that. Easier said than done, obviously. But try not to do that, because maybe that's what's holding you back. Maybe that's what's stopping you from achieving that greatness or following your dreams or manifesting your goals. That could be, that bitterness could be what's stopping you. I feel like this card's kind of an in-your-face, this is what it means, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you card. It's one of those ones. To me. I keep saying that, but it's really important that everyone knows my word is not gospel. I literally am 100% an intuitive reader. If what I'm saying matches a book or it matches a description, then I honestly am just getting lucky. So whatever you feel about these cards and their meanings, please trust that, because that's what works for me. And I think that it takes a lot of pressure off of you to feel like you have to know how to read like everybody else. It's just really, truly, just go with your gut. What does your gut tell you about the 9 of Swords? This is probably my most popular card. As you can see, over the years, my nails have worn the paint, or, well, not the ink, I guess the ink or whatever, off of the card. So it's very popular. I see this as stress. I see this as worry. Worrying and having anxiety about what is to come. Fearing the future. There's some interesting details on this card as well, though, because these always remind me of like little zodiac signs, and, well, the signs for the planets, I guess, more or less. And just, it's just like, I always get the vibe that there are people in your life that fall under these planets, and you have like the celestial bodies looking out for you. You have something bigger than you. You have love and family, because all the roses. You have all these people in your life. So why are you so worried? Why are you so stressed out? Why do you feel so alone? I really can see this card as a card of hope. On the flip side, I definitely see this card as a card of nightmares, a card of stress, a card of sickness. Just your life, it's not going well. You're in a really dark place. This is when I find when we get into these a little bit darker cards, especially with the swords, this is where I justify not reading reverse because some of them are just dark. And this card, yes, I can put a positive spin on it, but it's a dark card. Next up, a little lighter, is the Nine of Cups. This is a little controversy for me. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people in readers, authors, call this the wish card, and I totally think that's cool, but I don't see that. To me, this is the wish card because of the rainbow. It's the only card with a rainbow on it. I believe I have a memory also of being taught by the lady who taught me that this was the wish card. So I'm going with that. If you think this is a wish card, awesome. Awesome. Do your thing. I see it as a sex card. So if you want passion, you can go on my side, or if you want wishes, you can go on the other side. I'm just kidding, obviously. Seriously, whatever you think. This is the wish card. That's my controversy. That's my scandal. I see this as a sex card. I see this as satisfaction. Emotional, sexual satisfaction. Being fully satisfied. Emotionally, mentally, physically, everything. I see this as like a passionate, sexy partner. Someone you're just gonna satisfy you and rock your world. I also see it as emotionally things are coming together. Obviously, it can be satisfaction in other things. Satisfaction with your work or your family or, whatever you're doing. But I like it when it's kind of spicy. I did a reading one time for a lady who was in her 80s, who was in a nursing home, whose husband passed away a year before. And she got this card as her final outcome. And I was like, I get that this is a sex card for you. And I see like that there's something that's happening. There's someone's piquing your interest. And she told me that there was a man who winked at her in the mornings and she thought he was kind of hot. And I thought, well, there you go. There's your sex card. It's whatever gives you that satisfaction. That to me is the Nine of Cups. Wish card, sex card. Again, just me. You do you. That's what the tarot is all about. Nine of Pentacles. Luxury. This is getting what you want. Probably working hard for it. I see this card as being able to enjoy the sun, being able to enjoy just like a time of happiness, a time of completion. You've worked really hard, the garden's growing. It's time to just relax and kind of just enjoy the beauty of it, enjoying the beauty of nature. Control. She's got the little falcon there, and he's got a little hood on. It's kind of hard to see in this light. I'll probably do the next video with more light so you guys can see these little details, but it does have a hood on it. So to me, it's like a sign of control. So you're getting control in your life. We also have our fun little snail down here. At least it's a snail to me. Maybe it's something else, but it is definitely a snail to me. The snail, in my mind, it's like it was a long time coming. Like you waited for this, you worked for it, and now you have it. Enjoy it. Enjoy your luxury. Enjoy your successes. Be proud of yourself. And this is like, can we just say that this is a gorgeous card too? I mean, it's beautiful. One of my favorites. Beautiful. All right, I did it. I made it to the third card. It's going to be a little bit of a longer lesson, and I definitely have to edit this video because there was there's some length. So I'm going to try to cut it down best I can. Let's get on with 10. 10 of Wands. Hard work. Like me, this is hard work. 10 is kind of also to talk about the number. It's like a new phase, like the end as well. Another number of completion, I guess. But this one, hard work. Like, you are carrying a lot. You got a lot going on. And it can also be like being really busy. Like, maybe they have a lot of court cards, a lot of people cards, or cards depicting multiple people on them, stuff like that. So maybe it's like their social life. Like, they've got a lot on the go socially, and their energy is getting like put out, and it's kind of saying like, do you want to continue doing that, or do you want to slow down? Either way, it looks like he can kind of handle it. Like, his back's not breaking. He's not struggling too bad. So I kind of feel like it's someone that you can juggle it, but do you want to? Do you want to take all that work on, or do you want to lighten the load a little bit? So choices, I feel like, with that card. This infamous beauty. It's not that I like this card, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, ooh, but I mean, you got to appreciate the aesthetic of it. There is so much going on here. I will say that if I were to say a card in the deck represented death in any way, I would probably go with this one. I do think this card is a dire warning sometimes, and that it could mean a tragedy or a death. That said, I would never, ever, ever, ever tell someone about a death. That is just not something I will even get into. I've actually had people ask me to do death readings for them. I refuse. I am not getting into that. I am never going to plant a seed in someone's mind about their own demise or someone else's. At the end of the day, we're tarot readers. We're not doctors. Save that for the doctors. I highly, highly recommend that you never, ever predict a death, because you're creating a monster, honestly. You're planting some terrible seeds. And then I'm going to tell you that I still think this card can mean death. It can also mean an ending. It can mean mistrust. I mean, this person's stabbed in the back. So definitely their trust has been broken. Somebody did something bad to them. The sun's rising, or is it setting? I kind of think it's rising though. And I kind of see it as like the worst is over. So you hit rock bottom, but you can only go up from here. The hand is always very interesting to me. It always reminds me of Baphomet, or the devil card. That's something I'm going to actually research and look into a little bit more. A little homework for myself and for you. Let's all look it up. Let's all find out about this hand. What's going on with that? What do you think when you see this card? How does this card make you feel? Now, back to sunshine and lollipops and rainbows. The 10 of Cups. I love this card too. I mean, this is just a happy card. If anyone pulls this, I mean, come on. Their faces light up. They feel like $1,000,000. This is a great card. Love. Love, love, love. Cups are full of love. You're in a happy relationship. You got the kids. You got the house. You got the yard, the stream. You're on easy street. I mean, you're truly, truly happy. And you're very, very in love. And you have the rainbow. It's the only card with a rainbow. That to me makes it lucky, like a wish. So the wish card, if you're going to listen to me, love, happiness, happy family. It's kind of like, it's those old school goals, obviously. And I know that this isn't the dream. This isn't what everyone wants. But because of society, is it not like almost the perfect image for that like goal, whatever that is? Whether there's no kids, whether there's 1 billion, whether these are men with like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just the perfect image to me for us moving forward, for our goals, for what we all want, the good in all people. It doesn't matter that it's a man and a woman. This can represent anyone who loves somebody. And that's how I see this card. I love this card. And last but not least, the 10 of Pentacles. People are going to ask you all the time, what's the money card? What's the money card? This to me is the money card. Money is falling from the sky. Now there's a catch with that. Because to me it is kind of easy money, but you have to look at the fact that there's multiple generations of people on this card. So is that money coming from an inheritance or something like that? So there's that shadow side again. It could also mean, you know, a promotion or a bonus. It could mean you win some money. I mean, it happens, right? That is what this card to me is, like money just kind of falling from the sky, coming into your life. It's also about having structure and safety, feeling at home, feeling kind of that warm, cozy with your family. You got the dogs, the kids, grandpa, everybody's there, just the comforts of home and being rich in family and loved ones. I like this card. I like how everybody's here. Everybody, the family, everybody is here. Everybody's together. It's also a good card to kind of remind yourself to appreciate and love your elders. Great card. So that is it. That is it. We made it to 10. This video is way longer than I wanted it to be, so I will be editing it down a little bit, I promise. And I hope that you get something out of this. I hope that you learned something tonight. Please, please, please spend time with the cards. Does anyone in them look like someone you know, or a situation that you've been in, or, you know, does a card like really like remind you of something in your life, or a situation, or an experience you've had? Think about those things, because that's going to help you learn. So happy studying, happy learning. Please email me or let me know if you have questions. I am happy to talk to you about it. I always appreciate when people message me about their journey. Juan, thank you for commenting on my video and mentioning to me about another lesson. It made me feel so good to know that people are watching these videos and learning from them. You really made my day. So shout out to you, my friend. And just thank you all so much. And I hope you have an amazing night and continue learning these amazing cards. Until next time, goodbye.